welcome back with a smiling face. Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. Hunted by the Past. Episode 11. Chapter 72. I stay silent for a while. Lillian. My mother's name was named Lillian. I finally know who she was. At least, I think I do. If this woman really was my mother. I suddenly remember Elena Daniel said our parents had to be siblings. Which means. I turned to William. What about the boy? Her twin. Gabriel. Lillian and Gabriel Blue Moon. So, I have Elena's father's name, too. My mother, and Elena's father. Lillian and Gabriel Blue Moon, Queen Diane's miraculous children. Did they really have no father? It's so hard to believe. I nod to William, too shaken up to even utter some thanks. Then, Bobo pushes me, and we leave this place in a hurry. As we exit the mansion, I try to calm down and think of what to do next. We are supposed to leave the Sapphire Moon territory to find Damien, but what about Liam? Don't worry about me, Princess, I'm pretty sure I can escape from here just fine on my own. I'll catch up with you guys later. Just tell me when my brother is done with the yelling. You really shouldn't be so relaxed, Liam. And stop eating whatever they give you. Yet. Sometimes he is so childish, I can't believe him. I'm pretty sure he is staying here on purpose just to avoid Damien's scolding. But it's not like I can do anything about it for now, anyway. And if Liam says he can get out of here on his own, I trust he can. After all, he already is an expert at avoiding his brothers and sneaking into other packs' territories. Bobo and I run back to where we left the car, and no one stops us on the way, though a lot of eyes are following us. Did William give an order for them to leave us alone? Thanks to that, we finally reach the border with no issues a few minutes later. Once we get there, however, there is an unusual assembly of wolves. A lot of them I don't recognize, but as the two groups face each other, I recognize Damien leading one of them, Nathaniel in his wolf form beside him. Oh Moon Goddess, I can hear people yelling from here and that doesn't sound good. There are furious growlings and insults flying from both sides, and both clans' wolves are on edge. I try to sneak in, and thankfully, the Sapphire Moon clan wolves let me and Bobo through as soon as they notice me. When he finally sees me, Damien runs to me without consideration for the border or the bunch of wolves furiously growling at him. His large hands catch my waist first, and my feet leave the ground right away. Nora. As soon as they hear him, a few of the wolves stop growling to stare at me with curious eyes. Ones in human forms whisper among themselves, but I can't hear what they say. Damien is repeating my name when he finally catches me in his embrace. Nora. What are you doing here? He stops and turns his head around. A young werewolf that was still growling at him a bit too closely is suddenly faced with my annoyed mate. Damien growls at him twice as loud and without holding his alpha power back. There is no way to compare. The Black Alpha's anger can be felt all around, and every wolf steps back in fear, including a few of the Blood Moon clan. And he is not even in his wolf form. Truly impressive. All heads turn to look behind me, and to my surprise, William is standing in the mass of Sapphire Moon wolves, staring at us, hands in his pockets with a very calm expression. Did he follow us all the way here? Damien frowns and puts me down, but his hand is still around me, keeping me close. The two alphas stare at each other, and all eyes are on them and me. I notice some wolves are going back and forth between William and me, noticing our physical resemblance. Damien doesn't seem to care, though, he is just glaring at William. William Blue, Mr. Black. I believe this is our first time meeting. Is it, really? It seems unreal those two alphas would have never met before. They exude the very same kind of aura, powerful and fearsome. It's like seeing a confrontation between ice and fire, and everyone around us is feeling the tension, too. I see you really did come to retrieve Nora. How surprising! I don't see my brother, however, growls Damien. Right. He will stay with us for now. Despite William's calm, Damien and the rest of the pack immediately start growling furiously at him. But the Sapphire Alpha won't budge, like he doesn't care at all. You better hand him over right away. Damien's eyes have turned ice cold, and he is speaking with that really scary, low voice of his. I see a couple of Sapphire Moon step back a little, frightened. But William shakes his head, and points his finger to me. No. As long as you have her, I will keep him here. Safe and unharmed, but on my territory. Damien frowns, and talks to me while still glaring at William. Nora, what is going on? Damien, the Sapphire Moon clan is her rightful pack. William cut me off in the middle of my sentence, and I look at him with shocked eyes. What does he mean now? My rightful pack? I don't have one as of now. Damien looks confused and annoyed at William. What does that mean? But William shakes his head. I don't have time or patience to explain this to you. Anyway, I would advise you to retreat back from our territory and take time to discuss this with her, if she wishes to. I promised her I would think things over, but while doing so, I need guarantee nothing will happen to her. As such, I took your brother. Wait. When will you release Liam? I ask, worried for him. William stays silent for a long minute, then suddenly goes to unbutton his shirt. What is he doing? But to my surprise, he turns around and shows their clan's marking, a full blue moon, tattooed on his back. This is the pack you belong to. This should have been your marking, but instead, you walk around unmarked like some stray. We can't have that. I want you to join our pack, Nora, the one you belong to. I stare at him, speechless. To join the Sapphire Moon clan? I never thought of this, but William's eyes are resolute. He is serious. Damien, next to me, frowns. No. Nora will join the Blood Moon clan. Soon. Why would she? Aren't you engaged to another? Are you supposed to keep her as your mistress? Asks William. I hope not. Suddenly yells a voice. Everyone suddenly shifts their heads. Gosh, this has to be a joke. Alexandra King, now? She is standing a few meters away, sighted by a few brown wolves. Were we that close to the Gold Moon clan's territory? My wolf starts growling just at the sight of her. Yes, I hate that woman just this much. What is she doing here? No one is pleased to see her, as both sides start growling at her, too. Damien and William are glaring at her just the same, but she doesn't lose her self-confidence one bit. She is standing with her arms crossed, looking at Damien like a cat preying on a bird. My wolf and I are both outraged by the looks she gives him. Hello, Damien, she says with a little hand gesture that annoys out of me. Damien doesn't respond, he is just glaring at her with a very pissed look. I slightly shift my position to come between the two of them, by pure instinct. King, are you that bored that you have to come to peek at the borders so often? Asks William without even looking at her. His eyes are still set on me, despite all of his wolves growling at both Damien and Alexandra. She giggles. Maybe. Well, my dearest fiancé bothered to come all the way here, I should at least say hi, shouldn't I? Is that so? Whispers William. I'm sure he is waiting for Damien's reaction right now, judging the relationship between the three of us. While Alexandra is clearly acting as if I'm not here, Damien pulls me closer to him, glaring at her with all his might. I've made things clear, Alexandra. Our engagement is cancelled. She starts playing with her golden necklace absent-mindedly. Oh, I've heard that here and there. Father is pretty annoyed at your attitude, you know. You are making things difficult, but I persuaded him it was just a matter of time before you changed your mind. I won't. Damien answered instantly, without thinking. I am a bit proud of him, but Alexandra stops smiling, and suddenly shows her unhappy face, glaring at him, too. Oh, you will. Do you know how many millions are hanging in the balance right now? Do you think you can actually afford this little tantrum of yours? Don't forget, Damien, I'm the one with the money. You might be powerful, but you need backup. Who is going to give it to you if not me? This little tramp. Watch your mouth. Not only Damien, but even William suddenly started growling at Alexandra at the same time. I actually have to hold back my mate, because I feel he is on the verge of shape-shifting to give Alexandra a piece of his mind. While holding Damien's arm, I also have to calm my own wolf, who is more than pissed by Alexandra's attitude. If I let her, she would violently rip her face off in seconds. To my surprise, William suddenly starts talking, in an ice-cold tone that reminds me of my mate. A tramp? Aren't you one to speak, Gold? Your kind is nothing but a down-the-gutter breed of slum dogs. Surprised, Alexandra looks at him, violently offended by his words. What did you just call me? How dare you? I call you whatever I please, you. Tell your wolves to back off from my territory right now, before I send you back myself. So, the Gold Moon clan really is overstepping. But Alexandra doesn't move an inch. Instead, she sends a deathly glare to William. Aren't you being a bit picky now? Your territory? Aren't you the ones who shamelessly took the scraps the Snow Moon clan left behind? Don't talk to me about territory when this should have been ours from the beginning. William snorts. Is that what you guys think? Do you own this land? You are nothing but a mass of dogs playing around with money. Don't come to me and talk about your rights. You're merely a pack of stray dogs acting like vermin and thieves. Alexandra's face changes color upon hearing this, but she can't come up with any answer besides furious growling. Seems like William hit a nerve. Instead, she decides to ignore him and turn to Damien once more. Are you really going to keep this stupid little act? I have made things clear already, growls Damien. Oh, please. Shutting us out, nullifying business deals? Are you that blind that you would lose millions for the sake of that little girl? She clearly hesitated on the last word, but I guess she ran out of insults, or Damien's glare shut them up. Either way, she finally looks at me with a sneer. Wake up, child. I don't care if you're an alpha or whatever. You are nothing. I stand by what I said last time. No clan, no family, no money, no power. Fated mates? Whatever. Damien will marry me, because I am the right partner for him, and for his clan, to stand as his Luna. I hate that woman. Because I can tell she's not just arrogant. She is also greedy. Greedy for my mate. And I hate those conspicuous eyes of hers. I don't care about the clans. I don't care about those struggles of power and money. All I feel is hatred for this other woman who wants my mate, my Damien. My wolf is on the verge of coming out to kill her, and I must say, my human self has the same frightening thought. But, unaware of my anger, she keeps talking. Whatever you do, you will never be enough, Blue Moon. Do you think you can afford it? Oh sure, they might like you. You will be the adorable little doll. But his clan will lose it trying to protect you. No financial support, no business deals, no allies. Watch it. It's only a matter of time before they all disappear because of you. All because of you. I clench my fist, trying hard to hold it in. Damien is holding me tighter, angry. I can tell a lot of eyes are on me, worried or curious, but I don't give a damn right now. I'm fighting to contain my wolf, and my urge to silence this woman the hard way. I can't lose control now. This would launch a war between the two packs. But, I guess it's not too late. If you recognize right now that you were wrong to defy me and acknowledge that I will be the only right one to mate with Damien, I can talk to my Nora. I jump into my wolf form, and aim straight at her. I ignore Damien's voice behind me. This woman asked for it. Chapter 73. This is what I call a mess, Miss Nora. I don't care. I'm sitting on Damien's desk, still as furious as I was before. Neil does not impress me at all, despite being almost as tall as his brother and lecturing me. Arms crossed, I look at him stupidly walking in circles in the Black Tower's office. I don't care that he is annoyed at me, I'm annoyed at them, too. It took Neil, Bobo, and Damien to stop me. And I was that close to finally giving that woman what she deserved. I will remember for a long time that face of terror she had on when I jumped at her in my wolf form. I was that close to scratching her. But after escaping Damien's grasp, Bobo and Neil jumped at the same time to hold me back, and my mate caught me in his embrace a second later. Apparently, it took a while to calm my wolf down, but it's kind of blurry for me. I was so blinded by anger, that I let my wolf take control completely. I do feel sorry towards Bobo, though. I accidentally scratched his jaw with my claws while trying to escape them, and now he has a large compress on his face. I give him an apologetic look as he is standing against a wall on the side, but he just looks bored by all his brother's nagging. Not only this could have ended in conflict with the Gold Moon clan, but on top of it, the Sapphire Moon was right there watching. I'm pretty sure the Blood Moon clan is already in conflict with the Gold Moon clan, I growl. Not in the open. And that doesn't give you the right to kill their alpha's daughter. For the record, the Sapphire Moon alpha was applauding. Mutters Bobo. Neil gives him a glare. To be precise, William was laughing out loud after they caught me. Whether it was because of my fury or because Alexandra and her followers ran away, he liked the show and made it clear. What a ruckus for that wretched woman. I go back to ignoring Neil's litany about how reckless I was and watch out the window. A mix of rain and snow started pouring outside right after I exploded. William took advantage of that to retire, though he deliberately ignored the matter of Liam. Plus, Damien and the betas were too busy trying to calm me down to argue any further. In the end, I was brought back manu militari to Damien's office. But even after going back to my human shape and changing, I'm still angry. And I'm stuck with the Mura brothers, while Damien is off to discuss with the lieutenants about what happened with the Gold Moon. Nate is there, too, but still in his wolf form, and ignores us. I'm pretty sure he is busy mind-linking Liam. Anyway, this is highly problematic, Miss Nora. I don't like Miss King either, but you can't just attack other packs in the open like that. This is the perfect excuse for them to get back at us, and now is certainly not the time for this. So, what? I'm supposed to swallow her insults like it's nothing? I ask angrily. No, you are supposed to act smarter than her. Don't stoop to that woman's level. Oh, I have a very good idea about which level I would want to bring that woman down to. Is Damien done rambling? Neil is nagging me to death right now. When are you coming back, you chicken? I hear Liam laugh in my head. How can he find fun in a situation like this? I hope he stayed behind for nothing. I'm serious, Liam. When are you coming back? Pretty soon. The Sapphire Moon clan is kind of boring. They don't like people coming in, but it is quite easy to go out. I might have to beat some of their fighters though. How come you get to have fun, while I have to be scolded for hours for trying to scratch that woman? You just choose the wrong fights, princess. I roll my eyes, before realizing Neil saw that. He must think I'm annoyed at him and did this on purpose, but I really didn't. He clicks his tongue, and I look somewhere else, anywhere. Bobo is yawning like he couldn't care less. I wish I was as carefree. The office's door suddenly open, and Damien enters, followed by several people. Tanya is there, with Isaac, Vane, and Sean, too. The office suddenly feels crowded, but I stay seated on Damien's desk when he walks up to me. He goes to put his arms around me, but I ignore him. I'm too angry right now, I don't want to be hugging and acting sweet. He sighs, and remains next to me, leaning on his desk. Isaac. Tell us again what you just said. Isaac nods. The situation with the Gold Moon clan remains stable for now. Basically, they still act like nothing is wrong, despite us shutting them out. Most of the contracts we were working on have simply been signaled as on hold, and they still make use of our name whenever they can. He walks up to us, going around the desk, and uses the phone, dialing in some number. After a while, we can hear Thaddeus' voice over the phone. They exchange a few words, and Isaac puts him on speaker. We are about halfway into transferring the funds, but the Gold Moon clan is greatly objecting. Miss Nora, I reached out to your Jade Moon clan as you suggested, and their alliance with the Pearl Moon is valid. They have been giving us a hand with the financial aspect for transfer of funds, though the progress is quite slow. I'm surprised, but happy to hear that. Did Vince really help in this? I knew he had a great relationship with the Pearl Moon Alpha, but I never imagined he would really be willing to use it for me or the Blood Moon clan. So, they are transferring all the Blood Moon accounts from the Gold Moon clan establishments to Pearl Banking? I'm shocked at how Damien already put everything in motion. Isaac cuts off the phone and turns to us. It's a slow process, but we are getting there. I think the hardest part will be the aftermaths of having so many breaches of contracts and accords nullified. Basically, the Gold Moon clan will try to play dead the longest they can and try to grab as much as they can while trying to prevent us from cutting ties. What about your side? Asks Damien to Vane and Sean. Everyone is following your orders, boss. It's gotten lively, but the guys are happy to chase outsiders off our territory. The Gold Moon got quite complacent, and our wolves were waiting for it, anyway, says Vane. We chased most of them off overnight. It got a bit physical, but we reminded them who has the better fighters. No killings, but a few broken bones, adds Sean with a smirk. Damien nods. So, this is really happening. The Blood Moon is cutting ties with the Gold Moon clan. How will the other clans react? I keep thinking about the dynamics between the packs in Silver City. It's a very fragile piece with have going on. What do we do about Liam? Asks Tanya. Nathaniel rolls his eyes. He doesn't want us to help him, so leave him be. Knowing Liam, they might even beg us to take him back within the next 3 hours. Nobody contests that. I would think Liam tends to get himself out of these situations just fine. I just wish he wasn't basically hiding from this mess. On the side, Isaac scratches his beard, giving me a faint smile. You scared us, Miss Nora. Going to the Sapphire Moon clan territory like that was a bit dangerous. Great, I am really getting to get scolded by all the betas now? Damien seems to be suddenly reminded of the matter, and his angry aura almost explodes in the room. What were you thinking? Going with those two again? Nora, you could really have been killed. And with what happened yesterday, what if this sicko had found you? You didn't even tell me a thing before going. You would have never let me go if I had asked you. And for a good reason. The Sapphire Moon hates us, they could have killed you on the spot, and this isn't like the Jade Moon clan or the Sea Moon. This is serious, Nora, we are enemies. What were you doing there? I went to try and help you. My yelling seemed to shock a lot of people, aside from Bobo. So, I stand up and keep explaining to Damien what happened. Once again, I make sure not to mention the witch, whose butterfly is still hanging around my hair. I know cancelling your engagement with the Gold Moon clan will bring a lot more issues than you tell me. Liam told me about how things were with the Sapphire Moon clan, and whatever it is, this doesn't look good. I couldn't leave it at that, so I went there to try and negotiate an oath of peace with them. An oath of peace? Nora, we are not even on speaking terms with those people. One single step on their territory could have gotten you all three killed. Yells Damien. Now that you mention it. How did you guys manage to go this far? Asked Nathaniel. I sigh and turn towards him to explain. That's the thing. It turns out I have a lot more in common with the Sapphire Moon than the Jade Moon. Damien frowns again, and I can tell he is thinking hard right now, probably reminiscing everything William said earlier. All the others look concerned, too, so I breathe in and start to explain. I tell them everything. How I met William's father, his hatred for the Black Brothers' father. I describe the painting the best I can, how much Queen Diane and I look alike, and all of her story William told me, as well as our supposed kinship. When I stop, after explaining how William decided to keep Liam as an exchange for myself, the room stays completely silent, each of them in awe. Tanya shakes her head as if she's trying to wake up. You're telling me, you are the granddaughter of the Moon Goddess reincarnation, Queen Diane? And the Sapphire Moon Alpha's cousin? She asks, bewildered. His second cousin, supposedly, yes. Well, for a start that would explain how you are so pure a royal, it also explains how they let Miss Nora on their territory so easily. The Sapphire Moon Wolf's instinct probably prevented them from attacking. She is rightful royalty to them, it would be even harder than attacking their own alpha, explains Isaac. So, what, now they want to have her as a part of their clan? That is a good question. William's attitude wasn't totally clear on that part. He called me their princess, and did say he wanted to be marked, but I feel like there is more than that. He is really mysterious and cunning. He was watching our interactions with the Gold Moon clan, too. I don't like this, says Nathaniel. Even if Nora is their princess, that doesn't change the fact that they hate us. And they hate the Gold Moon clan, too. King is probably going to play with that until one of us actually starts a war. And now they want Nora, and are ready to capture Liam for that. We can't leave it at that, Damien. If the other clans learn about this. Nathaniel is right. The tension at the border was no joke. If I wasn't there, they probably wouldn't even have bothered to exchange words. I feel like we only won a short reprieve because I happened to be there. I still don't get why they hate you guys so much. I couldn't get anything out of William about that. William? You are on a first-name basis with him now. I turned to Damien, surprised by his pissed-off tone. And quite annoyed, too. What? Don't you dare start acting jealous, Damien, because I'm so not in the mood for this right now. All the others look at us, a bit awkwardly, but I don't care. I'm angry and exhausted, and I really can't take any more from Damien right now. I'm about to explode. I don't care if you're mad, because I'm mad, too. I had to listen to that woman's crap for the second time in 2 weeks, that's enough. I'm tired of trying to sort things out, tired of all those secrets, and tired of you getting mad at me whenever I take a step out without telling you. You're the one who said no more secrets. He yells back. Great, now we are both mad and yelling at each other. I see Nate gesturing the rest of the group, and everyone else leaves, but I couldn't care less. I just need to get it all out right now. I don't want to have to lie to you, but you would never have let me go to William's territory if I didn't sneak out. And I couldn't stay behind, I had to try. Why do you think you have to solve everything? You're just a teen, Nora. You may be a princess, but you don't have to carry the whole fate of Silver City. Why do you feel like you have to go and save the situation on your own? Because I'm scared, Damien. I yell out, as I start crying, too. Why are you so scared? Nora, I told you I will protect you no matter what. I'm scared of losing you. Chapter 74. I burst into tears. Gosh, I've been crying way too much these days, but I have all these emotions bottled up inside and I can't hold them anymore. I may be acting tough, I may be doing my best in front of others, but I just break all of my armor when it's just Damien and me. Nora, I've lost way too many people already, Damien, I don't think I can take it anymore. My dad died when I was young, my birth mother, the woman who raised me, too. Even Alec left me. I even lost my former pack. I'm so scared I'm going to lose you, too, because I'm so selfish. I try to wipe away my tears, to breathe in the middle of it, but it pours, and I can't seem to stop. Damien looks at me, all trace of anger dissipated already. He just looks worried and unsure about what to do. I keep talking, with my voice hoarse and breaking. You know why I got so mad, earlier? At you? Because that woman was right. She was right, Damien. I don't have anything to support you as a Luna should. I'm all the things King said. A powerless orphan. I don't care if I'm a princess, what good is it? I know you love me, I get it, but this is never going to be enough. When William was talking about Queen Diane, all I could think of was how she was unable to protect her own children. My mom died, Damien, she died before I could meet her. I don't have any memory of her. What if I lose you? What if I'm not enough to protect you? If a war explodes, and you die because of me? What if? But before I can finish, Damien suddenly grabs my wrist and forces a kiss on me. It's not like any of our previous kisses. This one is more brutal, imposing. I can tell he is mad. His lips press forcefully on mine, capturing them. I have a hard time catching my breath. Yet, it's still passionate and enticing. I feel my body going numb while the fire roars inside. I can't escape his grip, and he keeps kissing me savagely until my legs give up. When he feels me falling, he suddenly stops and hugs me tight. Trapped in his arms, I feel his breathing against my neck as we both catch some air. He slides down against his desk, until we are both seated on the ground. He rubs my back gently, allowing me to calm down. Nora, listen, my love. I'm sorry I let you feel like this. I know you went through all that, and I'm glad that you finally stop acting tough. It's okay to be scared, my love. That's the kind of world we live in. I put my arms around his neck, holding him close. Only Damien can find the words to reassure me right now. He caresses my hair and keeps stroking my hair gently. But I don't want you to get hurt trying to protect me, or anyone. If there is something that worries you, tell me. If something scares you, tell me. Nora, you said no more secrets, don't keep any from me, too. Don't close yourself to me. I can't read all of your emotions, and sometimes I have no idea what you are thinking about. I want to know, my love, anything about you. I nod against his shoulder and raise my head up to face him. My eyes must be red and all teary, because I see him frowning a bit. But I don't care. I put my hand on his cheek, feeling his warmth under my fingers. I hate her. I hate that woman, Damien. And I'm scared she is going to take you away from me. If I don't have you, I don't have anything. I want to be your Luna, the only woman for you. I don't want any other woman to look at you, talk to you, or touch you. I want to be selfish. He chuckles and comes to kiss between my eyebrows gently. Welcome to my world, my love. So, this is what he feels, too? Who is he jealous of, then? I don't want to think about it. I just want to keep Damien close, as close as possible. Be jealous, then. If you are jealous, I'll know you still love me as much. I hope you'll remember saying that next time before he can finish his sentence. I take him between my hands and kiss him fiercely. I am still a bit clumsy and hesitant, but I let my emotions to guide me. I just want him. I don't care about a bond, or anything else. This is just me, and the man I fell in love with. We keep kissing, intensely, and I put my arms around his neck. My heart is beating so fast, I feel like I could faint any second. But Damien's grip around me tightens, and I know this is all too real. He kisses me frantically, and I join him. I want him, I want Damien so badly, I feel like I've been missing him my whole life. Like a thirst only he can quench. Only him. Only Damien. He interrupts our kiss, and we are still both out of breath. Taking my face between his hands, he looks into my eyes, his silver irises mesmerizing me. I know what he is looking for, an answer, an approval. He wants to be sure. But I am sure. I really do want this, want him. I put my fingers through his jet black hair, observing my mate. Gosh, this man is really too handsome. I gently come back to him, pressing my lips against his once again, giving him what he wants. The next second, I feel his arms under me, and I'm carried away. His hands are firm, but his caresses are more rushed, a bit hastier. I don't hold back, either. I caress his neck, any part of his back I can reach, and I help him get out of his shirt. He is carrying me like I don't weigh anything and takes me to the bedroom before I even realize. My legs wrap around his waist, I'm not ready to let go until I feel the satin sheets under me. We keep kissing like crazy, and I hear my own heartbeat in my ears. I hear Damien, too, whispering my name endlessly as his lips leave mine to go down my neck. Nora, Nora, I gasp and open my eyes, trying to catch my breath. He halts a second, looking at me and panting. Oh moon goddess, his eyes are driving me crazy. I'm becoming someone else, and that girl is eager for more. The silver diamonds are shining. Hungry like a wolf. I feel the last strings of my reserve snapping. I'm half wolf and half woman, striving for my mate, following my instincts and desire. My whole body is burning with wildfire, but gosh, I like it. Damien is on top of me, and not holding back his desire either. He puts his head in my neck, his hand under my top, and keeps whispering words to drive me crazy between the kisses. Nora! Nora, I want you so bad, Damien. He helps me take off my shirt, and I suddenly blush when his eyes fall on my B*A. I'm grateful because Tanya got me something actually decent and a bit S**XY, but… what is it? I blush even more because it seems so stupid to be covering my chest at this moment, but Damien is waiting for me. I try to avoid his eyes to confess. Because, they're small, it takes him a second to understand, and he chuckles. This is not funny. Now that my mate is about to see it all, I'm embarrassed at my small chest. But Damien ignores me, and pushes my hands away to see them. Gosh, can't he be a bit more tactful? Nora, you're so cute, cute. I don't want to be cute, I wish I was more of the S**XY type. Why did I have to be on the petite side? I barely have any curves. But obviously, Damien doesn't care one bit. He keeps exploring my body, his fingers reaching everywhere. I feel the passion firing up inside again, and my cheeks become redder again when he takes off my skirt. I only have my panties left under him. Damien stares at me, one hand on my leg and the other one supporting him. I love the way he is looking at me, making me feel beautiful. But this is a bit embarrassing, too, so I grab his face to resume our kissing, while my other hand goes to unbuckle his pants. I shouldn't be the only one staying, right? We sit up on the bed and Damien helps me. While he is getting out of his pants, I kiss his torso. I have seen him a lot of times already, but I never get enough of it. How does he achieve this Greek sculpture body? So muscular, too. I silently promise myself to work more diligently on my diet and workout from now on. I hear him loudly under my kisses, and his fingers run over my back, grabbing my hair gently. He finally gets out of his jeans and takes me into his arms. I know he is deliberately going slow for me. I feel my mate tensed up by desire, yet his hands are gentle. We go back to lying down next to each other, and his lips go for my neck once again, while his hand caresses my thighs. He is looking out for my reaction, trying to see any flaw, anything that might suggest a refusal from me. But moon goddess, I've never felt so ready. I undulate slowly, inviting him to explore more of my body. I want him to touch me more. Damien understands, and something lights up in his eyes. His hand slides all the way to my last piece of cloth, and I gasp as his fingers start playing underneath. Oh gosh, this is… The fire seems to concentrate on this location while he keeps this going. I hear my own breathing changing, and I have a hard time keeping up with Damien's deep kiss. I want more of this, but he suddenly stops. Damien stands on the side of the bed, staring at me with those silver eyes of his. Gosh, those eyes make me feel so many things. His stare is so intense, I start burning with excitation again. He doesn't stop fixating on me while he takes off his boxers, and his hand reaches out for something from his drawer. When he comes back to the bed, I feel him against me. All of his warmth and skin pressed on mine makes me crazy, and I grab him for a new long kiss. I want him, I want my mate so badly. I struggle to take off my panties until I'm finally under him. Damien interrupts our kiss to stare at me once more, and I put my hands around his neck, keeping his silver eyes and breathless lips close to me. I'm panting, burning with desire. I don't know what happened to the previous Nora, but this one is perfectly synced with her wolf, and ready for this. I hear the sound of paper being torn, and Damien takes my hand, kissing its palm. I love you, Nora, I love you so much, I love you, too, so bad, he smiles, kissing my cheek. So bad. He repeats with a smile. He kisses me again, so passionately, until I lose track of time, and suddenly, I feel him move inside. I let out a faint cry. But Damien is showering me with kisses, whispering gently in my ear, soothing me. I catch my breath, slowly getting used to him, indulging myself in this pleasure. I love him. Damien loves me, and he makes love like he is pouring all of his feelings into me. This is it, this is all I needed. Becoming one with my mate. Chapter 75. When I wake up the next morning, I still feel tired, and I don't want to move an inch. My whole body is practically melting on the bed, and I'm drowsy. I probably woke up because of this latent pain on my neck. I close my eyes a few seconds, trying to ignore it. Damien's breathing next to my ear makes me smile. I remember the details of our night and how I finally had S*X with my mate. We really did it. Damien undid all my insecurities, making me feel better than ever before. This one night unveiled so much for the both of us. Like we tore down a wall that was still standing between us. It wasn't painless, but it was still great, and fulfilling. I hear Damien's breathing change behind me, and I know we are both awake. His hand grabs the bed sheets to hold it tighter around me, his arm covering my bare chest. We both slept with only our underwear on, and the room is a bit cold. But Damien's warm chest is covering all of my back, and the balance between his hot skin and the cold air is perfect. He puts a kiss on my shoulder, another one on my neck. Good morning, my love. Good morning, how do you feel? Like your woman. I hear him chuckle against my hair. I love the sound of his deep voice, especially when he has just woken up, still a bit husky. Apparently, neither of us is willing to get up, as we lie in the bed cuddling for a long time. Thank Moon Goddess I don't have work today, so I can stay in Damien's arms as long as they are there. My mate gently kisses my shoulder again, and I feel the short spikes of his morning beard against my skin. Is it normal that I'm so sluggish? I don't feel like getting up at all. How is your neck? I raise my hand to touch it, but Damien grabs my wrist before I do. Don't. It's still a bit fresh. I realize the faint scent of blood comes from the red stains on our pillows. Damien bit me a little on the lower left side, I can even feel the shape of his marking. It's not really painful, more like tingling. It's okay. How is yours? I hear him laughing against my hair again and I wonder what is so funny. I'm fine, too, despite my mate's eagerness. My eagerness? What does he mean? I struggle to free myself from his embrace and get on my knees while still holding the blanket around me. Once I'm sitting, Damien gets on his stomach to let me see, and I gasp. Oh, my gosh! This isn't biting, it looks like he was attacked by some wild animal. Did I really do this? Despite my bite marks being smaller, there are several on his neck, and they look like a mess, too. I turn red immediately, completely ashamed. I want to run away, but I'm more worried about my mate. Oh moon goddess, I'm so sorry. Does it hurt? He laughs in the pillow, but I don't find this funny. I'm so ashamed right now. How could I bite him like an animal? I lean on his back and kiss the little injuries as I can. I don't even remember biting him so fiercely. I was so into our last night, that I lost track. And he just keeps laughing. I slap his back, annoyed. Damien, stop it. It's not funny. It's embarrassing. But he doesn't stop, and I turn around to leave the bed, mad at him. But before I can even step out, he grabs my wrist and pushes me down on the mattress. I pout, but he doesn't care and starts kissing me, smiling against my lips. I try to fight him off playfully, but despite my annoyance at him, I eventually laugh and start answering his kiss. This feels so much better now that we have gotten more intimate. I don't have anything holding me back anymore, no apprehension or fear. Damien is obviously enjoying it, too. Actually, his kiss gets more intense, and I feel a certain part of him getting more excited, too. About an hour later, I finally exit the shower, drying my hair with a towel. Thankfully, with what happened last time, Bobo left some of my clothes in Damien's apartment. I pick up an off-shoulder striped top and a short velvet skirt. It's a bit ****** than what I would usually wear to work, but I like it. When Damien exits the shower, I'm checking my phone. I notice his glance on my legs and the thin black tights I chose. Now that I think of it, he did mention he liked my legs. When he is busy putting on his jeans, I throttle to him and pick a shirt before him in his wardrobe. It's 90% black shirts, so I just pick one randomly, and then look at his neck tees until I find one I like. I settle for a silk silver one with 2 black stripes and hand it to him with a smile. You want to put it on me? He asks with a smile. I have no idea how to make the tie, and I still have to finish drying my hair. He looks a bit disappointed, so I give him a quick kiss before heading to the bathroom. When I am done, hair dried, and with some light makeup on, he is waiting for me in the bedroom, frowning while looking at his smartphone. I walk up to him, and he naturally puts an arm around my waist. What is it? I ask, trying to take a pic at his phone. The Gold Moon Alpha is quite unhappy. Apparently, he has been harassing the secretarial office to schedule a meeting. And my mailbox, as well. I frown. So, Alexandra really went ahead to complain to Daddy. Gosh, I really wish Damien and the others had let me scratch her face. At least she would have had something really worth complaining about. I sigh. You haven't seen him at the party? No, he wasn't even there. And I was quite focused on you. I usually let Neil and Thaddeus handle him. Seems like I won't be able to escape it this time. I click my tongue. I don't care about the Gold Moon Alpha, but if I see Alexandra again, I'm really going to go for that woman's throat. Thank Moon Goddess, now Damien and I are finally officially mated, and well, I made it quite visible, too. Even with his shirt collar, my marking is still pretty obvious. I'm torn between the remorse of injuring my mate and the proudness of showing off my territory. I get on my toes and give him a quick kiss. When I step back, I suddenly remember something I noticed yesterday, too. I wonder why my kissing is not healing this. I thought about it, too, but I suppose a marking is different from an injury. You would never be able to mark me, otherwise. And I don't want to have to stop kissing you in the middle of having S***X. I blush immediately. Damien. Don't say such stuff out loud, it's embarrassing, but he chuckles and gives me a quick kiss. Is it me or is he more playful these days? He is acting a bit like Liam. Liam. I forgot about him. I try to reach out to him with my wolf, but for once, I can't. What does that mean? Is he okay? Damien, any news of Liam? He shakes his head and takes my hand as we exit his apartment. So, he doesn't know either. I can't tell if he is worried or not, though. He just takes me down to his office, where once again, Neil is waiting for us. Bobo is there, too, and he walks up to me immediately. I put my hand in his fur, saying hello. Sometimes I wish Bobo was an alpha, too, so we could mind link. I ignore Neil's gaze, however. Even if I'm not the slightest remorseful, I know he is still angry after me for trying to attack Alexandra. I feel like a guilty daughter trying to avoid her father's scolding. Boss, Miss Nora, he says, his eyes focused on me. I mutter a hi while pretending to play with Bobo's fur. Damien, however, walks up to him with a sigh, handing him his phone. I see you saw my messages. You didn't need to give me a headache for that, Neil. You were obviously too busy to answer. He says that while staring at my bite marks on Damien's neck. Gosh, why did I have to make it so obvious? Now I look like a very territorial woman. It might be necessary, though, if that woman comes around again. Damien rolls his eyes and goes to sit behind his desk, in a leather chair that suits him perfectly and clearly states who is the boss. Looking like this, with his black suit and the city's scenery behind him, he looks like one of those classy villains from an action movie. I can't say I dislike it, though. Anyway, we need to come up with a response. Obviously, the Gold Moon clan is getting more and more agitated. The broken engagement is also intriguing the other packs. Though King is doing anything he can not to disclose it, they are not blind. Some of the other clans are already raising concerns. What are they worried about? I ask. About the future, Miss Nora. Some of them are happy that we won't be joining forces with the Gold Moon clan, but they also wonder if we will create more conflicts that way. The financial power of the Gold Moon clan is not to be underestimated, explains Neil. You think they will put pressure on the other packs? Not only the other packs but all of Silver City's economy, sighs Damien. Knowing King, he will try to use this to his advantage. They own half of the banking establishments in Silver City, which means every clan's economy mostly depends on them. If they start cutting off the funds and holding all the money, the other packs will be starving and will get agitated. That seems logical. If the packs are unable to use their money, and the Gold Moon closes all of the banks, it will be difficult for them financially. At some point, the clans won't be able to survive on their own and will take action. Won't they put the blame on the Gold Moon clan? Not directly. First, they are too big for other clans to take on, and secondly, they are the one with the money. You don't want to get on bad terms with the guy who has the key to your banking account. So, if they can't blame the Gold Moon directly, they will hold the Blood Moon responsible, I whisper. Neil nods, while Damien has a dark expression. This is the worst scenario, but unfortunately, Neil is right. Damien is the Alpha King of Silver City. If the other packs hold any grudges and they can't direct it at the Gold Moon clan, it will all fall on him. I bit my lip. I don't want to give in to the Gold Moon clan, but is there any way to get out of this? They will most likely put pressure until Damien gives up and agrees to partner up with them. But this alliance includes him marrying Alexandra, and this is no longer a possibility since last night. He is now mine no matter what. Neil and Damien start talking about the recent moves of the Gold Moon clan, and how to handle some business deals that were on hold with them, but I'm not listening anymore. I try to think of a solution. Yesterday's meeting with William Blue was important, I know it. Did the witch know about our connection? It seems like it. She planned this all too well. But what now? Damien and William obviously won't partner up anytime soon. And even if they did, the Gold Moon still holds half of Silver City's economy. How are we supposed to oppose them? Hey, Nora! I jump, surprised to hear Elena's voice after all this. Elena? What is it? We have to talk, fast. I think the Opal Moon clan is about to do something really stupid. What do you mean? You are not going to like it. Our Alpha had a secret meeting with Taron King last night. Chapter 76. So, you and that woman, Elena Whitewood are cousins. She is the daughter of Queen Diane's other child, my mother's twin brother, Gabriel. They look at me in awe. Damien and Neil are very confused, but I went as far as I could with my explanation. I had no choice but to explain our relationship to them since Elena gave me the information about the Opal Moon clan. I didn't want to hide it from Damien anymore, that would have been unfair. So, I told them everything. How Elena discovered our link at the duel for the Jade Moon Alpha clan, that she hosted me when Damien and I briefly separated, and how we figured out we were related. So, she's also part of this Blue Moon clan? Asks Neil. Right. And William Blue's second cousin, just like me. Nora, why did you never tell me? Damien looks lost, and I understand. I sigh. Because Elena was afraid Nathaniel would know her implication with me. Their relationship is quite complicated, Damien, and I don't want to mess it up. He stares at me a few seconds and holds his hand out for me to take it. I walk around the desk to join him, and he makes me sit on his lap, giving me a kiss on the forehead. I understand, he whispers. I didn't tell him about the baby, as that was Elena's only demand when I told her I had to talk to Damien. I get it, though. She has her reasons for keeping this pregnancy to herself, and moreover, that would be a big secret for Damien to keep from his brother. When will she tell Nathaniel, though? She avoids the question whenever I try to know where their relationship is at. But then again, she only learned about the baby 2 weeks ago. And aside from Bobo, Daniel, and me, she hasn't told anybody else. I won't tell Nathaniel, you can tell him directly later. He doesn't like talking about his relationships, anyway, says Damien. I can only agree on that point, but still, I don't really like that he is mentioning Nathaniel's relationships. It sounds like Elena is only one of many, and that's not what I wish for my cousin. But then again, I'm not supposed to intrude in this. Moreover, we have a lot to handle already. I turn to Neil. What do you think? From what Elena said, do we have to fear that the White Moon clan would betray the Sapphire Moon clan? Neil shakes his head, scratching his beard with a complicated expression. That's very unlikely, in my opinion. No, from what Miss Whitewood said, I would believe the Opal Moon is acting on its own. The White Moon has a long history with the Sapphire Moon. They were the only ones willing to finance them back when the White Corporation was struggling. They are scientists, right? I ask, trying to remember what Bobo taught me. That's right. They are an old clan in Silver City, but their former businesses were not doing so good, so they decided to aim toward the sciences back 50 or 40 years ago. It was a difficult start, but they made use of their proximity to the university and constructed new facilities. The Sapphire Moon was the only pack willing to finance them, while the Gold Moon clan didn't see any use of investing in science. How could they not? It's essential for people's health, medicine, biology, environment, yes, Miss Nora, but back in the 60s and 70s, it didn't sound so promising. But the Sapphire Moon made the right bet, as the White Moon clan started taking off 30 years ago with several medical breakthroughs and enough success to become a much wealthier pack. So, you and that woman, Elena Whitewood are cousins. She is the daughter of Queen Diane's other child, my mother's twin brother, Gabriel. It explains why they don't get along with the Gold Moon clan. It probably came as a bitter surprise to the Gold Moon clan, realizing they lost such an opportunity to smaller clans. I can see how different they actually are from the Sapphire Moon, as Neil said. That, and their constant fighting at the border. Anyway, those two hate each other, and I really don't see their alpha betraying the Sapphire Moon, says Damien. The Opal Moon would be acting on its own, then. Xavier Whitewood is known to be quite hot-headed. It would be much more believable than Clark Hamilton allying the Gold Moon clan. Elena actually said the exact same thing as Neil. That her alpha was sometimes rash in his decisions, but that the White Moon alpha would never agree to him meeting with the Gold Moon. Anyway, that means the packs have already started shifting alliances. Tehran King and Alexandra trying to conceal the broken engagement is really working against our interests, right? Neil nods. Even if we work with the media, they still hold a great deal of power, enough to stop us. I'm afraid we won't be able to hold them back long enough to be able to stabilize things between the packs. So basically, their idea is to put as much pressure on the other clans as they can until they start pestering Damien to marry that woman, right? Exactly. And there won't be any room for discussion. I ask again, trying to think things over. Probably not. A long silence follows. The situation does seem impossible. To think my relationship with Damien would make such a mess between all the packs. I try to remember what the witch said, but all I can gather are the cards already in my hands. The Jade Moon clan, and my relationships with Elena and William Blue. Maybe I already have the answers. I turn to Damien, but before I can say a thing, I see him frown and make his angry face. No, Nora. You don't know what I'm about to say yet. You want to meet with William Blue again. Gosh. He is right. I sigh and get up to face him, arms crossed. I can feel Neil is watching with deep interest, but I try to ignore that detail. An alliance with the Sapphire Moon, Damien, think about it. The Pearl Moon isn't big enough to go through that financial crisis, but William's clan can. I can negotiate with them, and Elena can help us talk with the White Moon clan, too. First, your cousin can't move against her own clan. Secondly, the Sapphire Moon clan hates me and all of the Blood Moon clan. And finally, there is no way I'm letting you go alone again. I wasn't alone. Yes, and where is my brother now? He's got a point. If only Liam could respond. Don't tell me something really happened to him? I bite my lip. What if I got Liam back? What do you mean? If I can prove William will hand us Liam back safe and sound, will you trust I can negotiate with him? Last time we talked about this idea, he mentioned an exchange. I am not giving you to them, Nora. Here we go again with his possessive issue. Gosh, this is really getting old. Not that I don't know the feeling, though. There is no way I would let him go meet with the Gold Moon clan. But William is my cousin, not my fiancé. It explains why they don't get along with the Gold Moon clan, I swear I will come back. With Liam. Nora, I said no. Damien, they won't harm me. And I don't see any other way to help. Once again, there is no reason for you to meddle in this. You enough. This is my first time growling at my mate, but this time, I am truly irritated. Won't he let me take my own decisions for once? I use my alpha voice, as he won't listen to me, otherwise, and I am done with watching from the sidelines. He doesn't want me acting behind his back, I get it, but there is no way he will keep me from acting at all. I lean towards him and take his hand between mine. Damien, don't tell me not to meddle. You are this city's alpha and my mate. No matter what, I am to be the next Luna. This is my problem, too. I caused this, the moment I fell in love with you, the moment I decided I would mate with you. This is my city, and I will protect it from anyone who tries to mess with it. Werewolves, vampires, witches, I don't care. I'm an alpha, you're Luna, and no matter what, a wolf. Damien, you have to let me do this. Once I'm done, he stares at me for some long minutes, and silence befalls on the room. I am done talking, but Moon Goddess, can't he say something? No matter what, I know I won't be able to go against him if Damien still says no. He suddenly sighs and takes a strand of my hair to put it behind my ear. Moon Goddess, Nora, do you have any idea how much I love you right now? I can't hold back a smile. I know his voice when he is about to give up. I win, and I even get some more of his love. He sighs and closes his eyes to rest his head on the back of his chair. I glance sideways and catch Neil with a faint smile, too. Can the beta forgive the gold episode with this? I turn back to Damien, waiting for his answer. All right, I will let you meet with Blue. But I want you to return, and Liam, too. I nod and try to reach Liam with my wolf again. Why isn't he answering? This is quite worrying right now, and I have no idea how to fix this. Oh wait, maybe I do. I wake my wolf, and we try to look for William's inner wolf together. Is it easier because he is my kin? Like Elena, I can reach him almost instantly. Nora. An unexpected but pleasant surprise. Tell me Liam is all right. I haven't been able to. Who is that? Liam Black. The guy you came with me. Black hair, blue-gray eyes, my age. Don't play with me. Oh, the little one. I wonder. What do you mean? You tell me. He escaped our territory around midnight last night. Those Black brothers are as annoying as ever. He escaped? On his own? Quite an achievement. No one ever left our cells alive and in such a spectacular manner. What do you mean? He literally made a door explode and fled the premises, leaving 20 of my people sleeping like babies behind him. I'm still debating about being impressed or angry. Moon Goddess, Liam, what did you do now? And how? Oh, right. He actually left the room full of butterflies. Is it supposed to be a joke? Wait. Did he just mention butterflies? Chapter 77. I instinctively turn around to stare at the large blue butterfly, which is actually flying around me. Could it be the witch, the one that contacted me before? Did she actually help Liam escape from the Sapphire Moon clan's territory? How? I mean, she even knew he was locked up and where. Did she know because of this butterfly? This doesn't really explain why she would help free Liam. Is it another proof of your alliance, perhaps? I'm so confused, I stay speechless until Damien calls my name. Nora, what's wrong? He takes my hand, bringing me back to reality at the same time. I try to organize my thoughts, figuring how to explain all of this. Neil and Bobo are waiting to hear from me, too. Liam. He's already gone from the Sapphire Moon territory. Damien frowns, surprised. Did he contact you? No. William. Blue told me. I'm still probably not allowed to talk about the witch to the Black family. I wish she would contact me again so I would know what to say and what not. But she stays in the shadows so far, and only seemed to give me a hand from time to time, like when she led me to William Blue and that missing piece of my past that was lying with him. That only comforts me in the idea that I have to work with the Sapphire Moon clan. William, can we meet? What would that be about? The Gold Moon clan. I can help you settle your issues with them. That sounds promising. But on what basis? I have to remind you, I may acknowledge it myself, but we need proof you are indeed our Blue Moon clan's princess. Until then, you are only Black's woman. That I can prove to you. But I need to talk to you, fast and on neutral ground. Alone? I take a breath in. This idea has been at the back of my mind for a while, and until recently, I didn't think this would be realistic, but maybe now is the time to do something really unexpected. No, with a lot of people. Interesting. I turn to Damien and choose carefully my words. He probably guessed I was busy mind-linking William because he was waiting for me with his eyes going colder and colder. Now that my attention is back to him, that icy stare of his melts immediately. You don't want me meeting William alone, right? Right, let's say I would invite a lot of people. Damien seems to catch on my attempt to bring my idea on the table right away, because he suddenly stands up to face me, looking wary. Who are you thinking about? He asks. I don't avoid his gaze, and answer looking at him eye to eye. I borrow some of my wolf's confidence for support because it's like I'm facing a wall right now. I take a deep breath in. All our allies. The neutrals, too. I mean the alphas, the packs. We can gather all of them, Damien, and let them know we won't go by the Gold Moon's rules. He shakes his head. Nora, you are too optimistic. Most of the clans fear us or hate us. Damien, you are the werewolf king of this city. Even if you are ruling by fear right now, isn't it enough to keep the peace for now? Soon, that won't be enough anymore. So, use it before this war really breaks out. Call them, summon them. I can't take this whole game of alliances anymore. Street fighting and bickering is fine, but an all-out war between packs? Financial pressure or whatever it is, it has to stop. No matter what, there is only one Silver City. He stares at me, looking impressed, surprised, and undecided. I know this is totally unprecedented and risky, but we have to. No matter what, all those schemes between the packs can't go on anymore. He turns to Neil, still holding my hand. What do you say? His beta actually takes his time answering, looking just as surprised as my mate by my idea. After a while, he nods slowly. It would certainly be worth trying. No matter what, we are headed toward a conflict with either the Gold Moon or the Sapphire Moon. In any case, the Blood Moon will be seen as the source of the problem unless we go public. I instinctively turn around to stare at the large blue butterfly, which is actually flying around me. Could it be the witch, the one that contacted me before? Did she actually help Liam escape from the Sapphire Moon clan's territory? How? I mean, she even knew he was locked up and where? Did she know because of this butterfly? This doesn't really explain why she would help free Liam. Is it another proof of your alliance, perhaps? I'm so confused, I stay speechless until Damien calls my name. Damien stays silent for a while, and I'm really nervous. This would be a crazy, unprecedented, and very risky idea, but right now, I'm sure this is our best way of solving things. Or at least, to try to show our goodwill. I still remember Vince's anxiousness when Liam and Nate visited the pack, even if it was a dinner. He knew one step wrong, one word could end his clan. Maybe this is what a lot of packs will think. Damien is the Alpha King, and saying he is feared is quite an understatement. I am immune to his alpha aura, but I am the only one, and Moon Goddess, I see it all too clearly whenever someone else is in the room. Even other alphas respect him instantly. He is way too strong, which also explains why most of the other packs never meet him personally. His reputation is plenty enough. But things have changed, and there is no way he can remain isolated anymore. All right. Let's try Nora's idea. Yes. I can't hide my joy, and jump at Damien's neck, kissing him. He chuckles a bit and kisses my neck, pulling me to sit on his lap. Behind us, Neil clicks his tongue. Before engaging in your happy couple activities, can we talk about the details? I blush a little. That wasn't really serious of me, but oh well. Damien growls at his beta a bit, annoyed. But Neil is right. I try to regain my composure and think about this seriously. Let's have the meeting on neutral ground, somewhere no one will feel threatened. We could use the Silver Stadium. It's one of the most neutral spots, easy to access, and at the heart of the city, suggests Damien. Neil and I nod. Good idea. Werewolves love sports, so everyone is used to going to the stadium to watch matches, and as he said, it doesn't belong to any turf. Every wolf can go there within an hour, and exit it quickly if we leave all doors wide open. No one will feel trapped if they are outdoors, either. We can send invitations to everyone, even the smaller packs. I know Vince will come, and he can convince the Pearl Moon, too. William already promised he would come, too. Elena can talk the White Moon Alpha into it, too. Actually, there might be an even more efficient way, Miss Nora. What is Neil thinking about? Neil gives me a smile, which is kind of worrying me in his case. Miss Nora, how good have you gotten at using your alpha voice? It's okay, I guess. My wolf always responds, and I can use it whenever I want to mind link people I know or other alphas. Do you remember when you reached out to everyone? The battle against the vampires. I do. It wasn't on purpose at all, I was just totally panicking. Moreover, Elena told me I should not use it, it's annoying for other werewolves. Bobo described it as having my voice buzzing into his head, like some forceful echo. Neil, I'm not sure if. I think this would be a very efficient way to call out to everyone and introduce yourself at the same time. I am not going to mind link all the werewolves just to tell them who I am. But he stays silent. Is he serious? No, I won't. I turn to Damien, but instead of being against it, my mate actually seems to consider Neil's idea. Damien, no. Nora, that might be a good way to startle or scare everyone. Damien, I may have this power, but it is annoying to others and forceful. Didn't you say to use fear to convince them to come? What if they don't want to, and just decide it's not worth it? I bite my lip. He has a point, but I'm scared of people's reactions. I don't like the idea of being feared because I am a royal, nor do I want to bind people with it. On the other hand, I do know this is important. We can't get any compromise at this point. And if I reveal my lineage, it might really help Damien gather all the clans together. William might even reveal it himself once I prove it. He did say he wanted me to join the Sapphire Moon if I really am Queen Diane's granddaughter. Damien stays silent for a while, and I'm really nervous. This would be a crazy, unprecedented, and very risky idea, but right now, I'm sure this is our best way of solving things. Or at least, to try to show our goodwill. I still remember Vince's anxiousness when Liam and Nate visited the pack, even if it was a dinner. He knew one step wrong, one word could end his clan. All right. But I won't threaten anyone. Just use my aura to reach out to everyone, okay? You do it the way you want, my love. Okay, so. The stadium. The stadium, in 3 days. Each alpha can bring 50 wolves at most. No weapons, but any form is okay, says Neil. Tell them they have to come walking, we will close all roads surrounding the stadium. His professional attitude is back again, but it only makes me worry more. This is serious. It was my idea, but now I am kind of freaking out. Damien gives a sign to Neil, and the Mura brothers leave us alone. Once they're gone, Damien grabs me by the waist and makes me sit in front of him on his desk. His arms around me, he leans to put a kiss on my forehead. He looks at me in the eye with a very serious expression. Nora, once you do this, there is no coming back. Everyone will know who you are. You won't be hidden anymore, your identity will be out in the open. I nod. I know. Isn't it ironic? 3 months ago, I was no one. A girl hid in a basement, unaware of her own background. I had no idea Damien was waiting for me, looking for me. Look at me now. I have friends, a mate, a job, and a future as a Luna waiting for me. I smile because this seems so unreal, and yet, I love this. Damien frowns, confused by my happy expression. What is it? I'm fine. Despite all this mess with the packs, the whole witch issue, even Marcus. When I think about it, I'm fine, Damien. Because you're there. You, Bobo, Elena, Liam, Nathaniel, Tanya. Before, I was always scared, because I thought no one would save me. If I disappeared, it seemed like no one would care about it. Now, I know you're here with me, and I'm not scared of the future anymore. Even if hell breaks loose, I would fight it with you. I want to fight. That's something I never thought of before. I never thought of fighting back, there was no reason for it. I put my hands around his neck, looking into his mesmerizing silver eyes I love so much. I give him a quick kiss on the lips, before continuing. Now I got tons of reasons. I want to find the truth about my mom. I want to make new friends, I want to do great in my job. I want to know more about my cousin and get closer to her. I want to be a Luna for the other wolves, someone they can acknowledge. I want to be with you, have a future with you. He slowly lets out a smile, and kisses me, too. I want this future with you too. I waited for the future with you for 10 years. I want this future now. I bite my lip. The word future seems to mean a whole lot of things now, in Damien's mouth. I smile and caress his hair. I want to know more about this. What kind of future do you want? I ask. He leans on my shoulder, and start kissing my neck. A future with you in it every day. Waking up by my girl's side. Seeing you smile. He gives me a kiss between each sentence, making me blush uncontrollably. Will I ever get immune to Damien being romantic like this? But the merciless black keeps kissing me. I want to live with you. Find a nice place you'll like. I want to have a life together. I even want to fight with you sometimes, so we can reconcile. I want to see you love your job, and cooking. I want to see you with our friends and be a Luna for others. I want to see you grow up, and I want to see you pregnant with my child. Oh, my goddess! I'm red as a cherry and push Damien back from my neck before I die from combustion. Baby! Why would he mention having kids now? Is he doing this on purpose? We barely started to have S*X together, now this? He laughs at my confused and embarrassed expression. Damien, you want children? He nods. Only yours. And not now. You're too young, and I'm not ready to be a father. But someday, yes. When we're ready. Oh gosh. I get red again and hide my face in his shoulder. How can this man make me feel so? Moon Goddess, when did I ever gain the right to be this happy? Chapter 78. I take a deep breath in, 1, 2, 3 times. When I open my eyes, I see my inner wolf, shining with confidence. Her perfectly white fur, our sapphire blue eyes. We can do this. We have to. Hello, everyone. My name is Nora Blue Moon. Until now, very few werewolves had any idea of my existence. I was born in the Gold Moon clan and raised in the Jade Moon clan, but my mother was originally from the Blue Moon clan, a much older pack. If I'm able to mind link all of you like this right now, it is thanks to her blood. My mother was a royal, and so am I. This is most likely the first time Silver City ever had a royal, but I am only using this power because I need all of you to listen. Our city is threatened. It is serious, and nothing we will be able to fight if we keep acting separately. I am calling all of the alphas, and all of the werewolf packs. As children of Moon Goddess, we need to stand together against what is coming. You all saw, heard or took part in the fight against vampires a few weeks ago. It was a serious thing, and some of us lost their lives or friends. But that was only a beginning. Something much worse will come someday. I know this won't be easy to listen to, but I am the future Luna of the Blood Moon clan. And my mate, Damien Black, and I are calling all werewolves today to join us in this fight. There will be no submitting, only alliances, if you're willing to. I ask of all alphas to discuss this with their packs. Any pack can be represented. We do not care about how many you are, your wealth, or your strength. All we ask is for everyone to come unarmed and in small groups of 50 people maximum. We will all gather at the Silver Stadium in 3 days at dusk. No weapons, no vehicles. Wolf or human form doesn't matter, as long as we can discuss. I promise this not a trap, only a way for all of you to be heard. I know a lot of you will be scared. But I represent the king today, and on his behalf, I promise the Blood Moon clan means no harm in this. Only a chance for us to find the way out in a crisis. Thank you, and may the Moon Goddess bless all of you. I stop and open my eyes. In front of me, everyone is frowning or nodding. We are in Damien's apartment, in the living room. They all heard my inner voice clearly. Elena smiles gently at me. She is sitting on a couch, Nathaniel standing behind her. I asked my cousin to be here as a guide because I wasn't sure I could do it properly. We didn't tell Nathaniel about our relationship, just that we were friends for now. For some reason, she asked me not to tell anyone else about it for now. Damien is facing me, and he was holding my hand the entire time. He gives me a smile. You did great, Nora. A few steps behind him, Neil is massaging his temples. I have to admit, I didn't think you could really reach all of us, but I guess this headache is my retribution for doubting you. I laugh a bit. I feel sorry for the betas and the others, as other than the alphas, everyone probably didn't enjoy having my voice echoing in their head at all. Actually, after a few seconds, I'm submerged by voices. I take a deep breath in, 1, 2, 3 times. When I open my eyes, I see my inner wolf, shining with confidence. Her perfectly white fur, our sapphire blue eyes. We can do this. We have to. Who was that? A royal? Really? Blue Moon, what is that clan? Who are you? I heard it, too. I really heard her. The Blood Moon clan? Since when do they have a royal? How did you do this? The Blood Moon clan has gone mad. What threat, anyway? Who do you think you are, commanding us? I close my eyes and try to shut myself out of my wolf. Gosh, I didn't expect to get all the answers at once. Guess the mind linking opened way too many doors. Dozens of voices are using the link backward, and I need my wolf to actually shut them down. Nora, are you okay? Asks Damien, concerned. Sorry. It's my head, he helps me sit down while I try to concentrate. My wolf is confused about hearing so many people at once, and it takes me a while to shut the ones I don't know out while only keeping the voices I actually recognize. Long time no see, kid. Grandpa Seaver? That's me. Great job, young lady. Anyway, we will be there. I would have said no to Black, but with you, that's a different story. I don't forget my debts. I still owe you for my daughter's life, so consider it done. The Sea Moon clan will come. Thank you. It might not be a big clan, but I'm still happy to get at least one positive answer. When I'm about to tell Damien, it's actually William's turn. So, you learned how to use your royal voice. Impressive. Will you come? I said I would, didn't I? But do not expect us to suddenly act friendly toward Black. We still have too many issues to settle. I bite my lip. I expected this, but I really hope this meeting won't turn into a big fight between all of the packs. I tell Damien and the others about at least 2 clans coming. Meanwhile, Vince also reaches out to me to say they will definitely come, though a lot of them are concerned. We expect this, but this is how it always works between werewolves anyway, Miss Nora. No matter what happens, you did what you had to. We know how risky this is, says Neil. Don't worry, baby girl. It's going to be okay. Even if only a few packs show up, it's plenty enough, okay? We just need to open up a dialogue, adds Tanya with a reassuring smile. I nod. Honestly, I wish Liam was there. He probably would have said something to make me laugh, and taken my anxiety away. But since the younger Black's disappearance, I feel uneasy. I don't know what happened to him and the witch. He was supposed to be the one to capture her, on Damien's orders. Why would she find him first? I hope I was right to trust her. Anyway, we need to get ready for what is coming. 3 days are a very, very short time to get everything ready. Securing the stadium, informing the human police, and preparing the lieutenants won't be an easy job, says Neil. He takes out his smartphone and starts giving orders very fast, though he already did as soon as I agreed to this. A real beta's job, I imagine. Damien gets up, too, to talk to Tanya, and as he leaves me alone on the sofa, Bobo jumps on it to lie next to me. The big wolf puts his head on my knee. I know he wants to comfort me, and I scratch his ear. A bit higher, please. Bobo. It's funny to hear your wolf voice. Well, you're the one who opened the link. But it's really hard to maintain for me. Your wolf is too strong, it's like sending rocks in a waterfall. I don't care, you're the one always in your wolf form, it's hard to talk to you. I can hear you, anytime. I roll my eyes, annoyed. I mean when you can actually answer. Daniel says the same thing. See? Can you keep scratching, anyway? My gosh, is he a dog or a wolf? Never mind. It's good to know I can talk to him like this, but it's actually hard for me to concentrate on a single beta's inner wolf, too. Damien, Tanya, and Neil leave for his office, but I guess this is not really something I should be concerned with. Instead, I get up and head to the small kitchen. At least he has what I need to make myself some tea. When my mug is finally ready, I exit the kitchen to get back to Bobo, who probably fell asleep meanwhile. However, I hear voices before coming in. Nathaniel and Elena are having a heated conversation, and neither of them heard me. Unsure what to do, I stay at the door a few seconds and hear some of it. Talk to me. Elena, I can't go on like this. I told you, I'm fine, Nate. Stop asking, please. I don't believe you. You've been avoiding me for days, I can't take it. Do you think I haven't noticed? You're pale, you lost weight. Elena, are you sick? What? No, I'm not, I swear, Nate. I'm fine, okay? I really am. Then why? I'll tell you later, okay? Later? What later? Elena. When? After the pack meeting. Once it's over, we can talk. I promise. But not now. It's not the right time, with everything that is going on. Nate, please. I hear him sigh. Okay, but, you have to stop avoiding me, please. I miss you. My cousin whispers something I can't hear, and after a few seconds, I hear enough to know I definitely can't come in now. I'm blushing, but I'm happy for my cousin. From what I just overheard, Nathaniel really does love her, right? I feel a gentle push behind me. Bobo. So, he left the living room after all. I get to his level and sigh deeply while playing with my best friend's fur. Bobo, everything is going to be okay, right? I got your back. I smile, feeling a bit better. But when I'm about to suggest we go back to Damien and the others, I hear someone running across the apartment. What is going on? Bobo and I both run to the entrance, and I almost run into Sean, who just barged in, panting. Sean? What is going? Where is the boss? In his office, but what is it? The rogues. A hell lot of them. They are gathering at the borders. He yells while running to Damien's office. Oh, crap. Why now? Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.